Welcome back to English Sprout TV, the place where learning English feels like chatting with a friend. I'm Alex.
And I'm Emma. We're so happy you're here with us today.
Emma, I have a question for you. Do you remember the first time you had to speak English in front of someone?
Oh, absolutely. I was 16. I was at a summer camp, and there was this girl from London. She asked me, "Hey, where are you from?" And you know what I did? I just froze. My mind went completely blank. I knew the answer. I knew it, but I was so afraid of saying something wrong that I said nothing. I just smiled and walked away.
You smiled and walked away? That's actually kind of funny now, but I bet it didn't feel funny at the time.
Not at all. I felt terrible. I went back to my room and I thought, why am I like this? I study English, I know grammar, I know vocabulary, but when it's time to open my mouth, I'm terrified.
And that is exactly what we're talking about today. This episode is called Why You Are Afraid to Speak English and 5 Mindset Shifts That Help. Because here's the truth, Emma. Most English learners are not stuck because they don't know enough words. They're stuck because they're afraid.
Exactly. Fear is the biggest wall between you and fluent English. And today, Alex and I want to break that wall down, brick by brick. We're going to share 5 mindset shifts that completely change the way we think about speaking English. And honestly, these shifts can change your life too.
So grab your coffee, your tea, or just get comfortable. Let's have an honest conversation about fear and how to finally let it go.
Okay, Alex, before we get to the 5 shifts, let's talk about why this fear exists in the first place. Because I think a lot of learners blame themselves. They think, I'm just not brave enough. I'm too shy. I don't have the talent for languages. But that's not really the full story, is it?
No, it's not. The fear of speaking English usually comes from 3 places. First, school. Most of us learned English in a classroom where mistakes were bad. You got a red mark, you lost points, you felt embarrassed in front of your classmates. So your brain learned a very simple lesson. Speaking English equals risk of humiliation.
That's so true. In school, English was a test. It was never a conversation.
Second, comparison. We compare our inside with someone else's outside. You hear a native speaker talking fast and confidently on TV, and then you hear yourself struggling to order a coffee, and you think, I'll never be that good. But you're comparing your chapter 1 with someone else's chapter 20.
I love that. Your chapter 1 with their chapter 20.
And third, perfectionism. So many learners tell us, I'll speak when I'm ready, when my grammar is perfect, when I know more words. But that day never comes. There is no finish line where you suddenly feel ready. You become ready by speaking, not before.
Wow, that hit me. You become ready by speaking, not before. I wish someone had told me that 10 years ago.
So if you're listening right now and you feel afraid, please know this. Your fear is not a character flaw. It's a normal response to how you were taught. But today, we're going to rewire that response. Are you ready for the 5 mindset shifts?
Let's do it.
Shift number 1. Mistakes are data, not defeat.
Ooh, I like that. Say it again.
Mistakes are data, not defeat. When you make a mistake in English, your brain treats it like an enemy. Your heart races, your face gets hot, you want to disappear. But what if we flipped that? What if a mistake was just information?
Like feedback.
Exactly. Think about a baby learning to walk. A baby falls down 100 times. Does the baby think, oh no, I'm terrible at walking, I should just crawl forever? No, the baby gets up, adjusts, tries again. Each fall teaches the baby something about balance. The fall is data.
That's such a good image. And you know what? I started applying this in my own life. Last year, I was in a meeting and I said, I am agree instead of I agree. And someone corrected me gently. And instead of feeling ashamed, I thought, okay, that's data. I will never say I am agree again. I just saved myself from making that mistake 100 more times.
And now you'll never forget it.
Never. That one embarrassing moment became a permanent lesson. So if you're afraid of making mistakes, try this. The next time you say something wrong, don't say, I'm stupid. Say, interesting. That's data. I'm learning.
Write that down, everyone. That's data. I'm learning.
Okay, shift number 2. This one is really close to my heart. Fluency is a bridge, not a destination.
Explain that for us.
So many people think fluency is a place you arrive at. Like one day you'll wake up and you'll be fluent. You'll have a certificate, you'll be done. But fluency doesn't work like that. Fluency is the ability to keep moving, to express what you want to express, even if it's not perfect. It's a bridge that carries you from where you are to where you want to go.
So it's not about being perfect, it's about being functional.
Exactly. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're in a foreign country and you need water. You can either stay silent because you don't know the perfect way to ask, or you can say, "Water, please. I need drink." Is it perfect grammar? No. Will you get water? Yes. That is fluency. That is the bridge.
I need drink. I love that. It's not textbook English, but it's brave English. And brave English is always better than perfect silence.
Always. So stop waiting for the day when you'll speak fluently. Start building your bridge today with whatever words you have right now. Every conversation is a plank in that bridge.
That's beautiful, Emma. Every conversation is a plank in your bridge. Shift number 3. This one is a tough pill to swallow, but it's so important. No one is judging you as hard as you are judging yourself.
Oh, this is huge. We think everyone is watching us, waiting for us to fail. But honestly, most people are too busy worrying about themselves.
There's actually a psychological term for this. It's called the spotlight effect. We think there's a spotlight on us, highlighting every mistake. But in reality, people are thinking about their own problems, their own words, their own insecurities. When you say, "I am agree" in a conversation, the other person probably doesn't even notice. And if they do notice, they forget about it in 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Meanwhile, you're still replaying it in your head 3 days later.
Exactly. So here's a question for you, listener. When was the last time you judged someone else for making a small grammar mistake in your native language? Probably never. You understood what they meant and you moved on. Give yourself the same grace you give others.
That's such a good point. We are our own worst critics. The person you're talking to, they're probably impressed that you speak 2 languages. They're not counting your errors.
In fact, most native English speakers only speak 1 language. You're already ahead of them, so speak with confidence. You've earned it.
All right, shift number 4. This one might be controversial, but I believe it with my whole heart. Confidence comes from action, not preparation.
Say more about that.
People think, first I'll get confident, then I'll speak. But it actually works the opposite way. First you speak, badly, nervously, shakily, then little by little you get confident. Confidence is not a prerequisite, it's a reward.
It's like swimming. You can't become a confident swimmer by reading books about swimming on the beach. At some point, you have to jump in the water.
Yes, and the first time you jump in, you'll splash around, you'll swallow some water, you'll feel ridiculous. But you're in the water, you're doing it, and every minute you spend in the water makes you more comfortable.
So for our listeners who say, "I'll start speaking when I finish this grammar book," what do you tell them?
I tell them the grammar book will still be there tomorrow, but the courage to speak, that muscle atrophies if you don't use it. Start today. Speak for 30 seconds. Record a voice note. Talk to your mirror. Order coffee in English. Do something small and scary today, because that's where confidence lives, in the small, scary moments.
In the small, scary moments. I'm writing that on my wall. And now the 5th and final shift. This is my favorite one. Your accent is not a mistake. It's your story.
Oh, Alex, I needed to hear this so badly when I was younger.
So many learners are ashamed of their accent. They try to sound British or American because they think their own accent is wrong. But listen to me carefully. An accent means you speak multiple languages. That is not a weakness, that is a superpower.
Think about it. When you hear someone with a French accent speaking English, do you think they're bad at English? No! You think, wow, they speak French and English. That's amazing.
Exactly. Your accent tells people where you come from. It carries your history, your family, your culture. Why would you want to erase that? The goal is not to sound like a native speaker. The goal is to be understood. Clarity beats imitation every single time.
I remember meeting a woman from Brazil who spoke English with the most beautiful accent. She said, I used to hide my voice. Now I let it sing. And honestly, her English was some of the most memorable English I've ever heard because it was hers.
Let your voice sing. Don't hide it. Don't shrink it. Your accent is the melody of your life. Speak clearly, speak proudly, and let the world hear where you've been.
Wow, we covered a lot today. Let's quickly recap the 5 mindset shifts so you can take them with you.
Shift 1. Mistakes are data, not defeat. Every error is a lesson, not a failure.
Shift 2, fluency is a bridge, not a destination. It's about moving forward, not being perfect.
Shift 3. No one is judging you as hard as you are. People are kinder than your inner critic.
Shift 4, confidence comes from action, not preparation. You build it by doing, not by waiting.
And shift 5. Your accent is not a mistake. It's your story. Speak with pride. Your voice matters.
If you're listening to this and you still feel afraid, that's okay. Fear doesn't disappear in one day. But every time you choose to speak anyway, you are winning. You are braver than you think.
And we are so proud of you for being here, for showing up, for doing the work. English Sprout TV is here for you every step of the way.
Before we go, we have a challenge for you. In the comments below, write 1 sentence about yourself in English. It can be simple, it can be imperfect. Just write it because this is a safe space and we want to meet you.
Yes, write something like, my name is, I am from, I like, whatever you want. We read every single comment and we will cheer you on.
Also, if this episode helped you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to English Sprout TV for more conversations just like this one.
Thank you for spending this time with us. Remember, you are not bad at English. You are just afraid. And fear is something you can overcome.
1 word at a time, 1 conversation at a time. You've got this.
We'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.